long time since I've been here. Maybe because last week I was sitting on the porch at my mom's house, and the week before I was sitting in this chair on the other side of the room. So I'm glad to be back here. I hope that you guys had a great Monday. You're starting your week off right. And we're going to talk a little bit about discipline today. So if I think back to all of these goals that I have reached and these goals that I've set for myself, probably the most common thing that comes up is discipline. How do you remain disciplined to these goals? How does it work? Why don't we remain disciplined? What the hell is this? All that stuff. So I want to talk to you guys about that, and I always brainstorm kind of what I want to talk to you about, what I want to teach you, what I think could be valuable to you guys. And today I was like, okay, maybe I should talk about discipline. And then I hopped on social media. I had to drop my daughter off with her dad today. Hopped on social media and I was tagged in a photo, and I was like, why am I tagged in this picture? And I competed in the NAMBF Natural Southern States Classic in April, and I was tagged in a photo, and I was like, okay, so John and Becky Arnold are the owners of that. And I was like, okay, thanks for tagging me in that, John. I'm glad that I know when the 2020 competition is. Cool. So I just kept driving down the road, and I was like, wait a minute. And so I went back and looked, and I was on it. I was on that poster as the winner in the IPE Pro Card winner along with the two other girls, for that competition, for the one that I just won. And I was like, holy shit, that's pretty freaking cool. So I thought, how ironic is it that I was going to talk to you guys about discipline, and then that pops up, because boy, did I get a taste of discipline during my competition prep. Before that, I went through this financial debt-free journey, and I thought, okay, discipline, I got that. Like, I went to the gym before I started prepping for this. I ran the 5K, which to me was a huge deal. It's like, discipline is no big deal. Oh my God, I was wrong. I was way wrong. I thought that I had discipline figured out, and no, I absolutely didn't. So I want to talk to you guys about that. It's very important, not just in life, or not just in reaching your goals, but in life. If you want to achieve anything, if you want to get from point A to point B, no matter what it is, you have to figure out, how do I stay disciplined? So I'm going to teach you guys what I learned and what I have overcome going from my financial debt-free journey to my competition prep, where I walked into my competition prep thinking I got this, and I got slapped in the face by discipline, by reality. So I'm going to teach you guys what I learned. Before I get into that, though, I'm really excited because I talk to you guys every single week about monthly coaching. You should sign up for monthly coaching. Well, you really should, because we are launching our first challenge next week, this week, Thursday. August is Thursday. So August 1st, we're starting a challenge called All In 30. And I created this mainly because they gave me feedback and said, hey, we want a challenge. We want something that's doable for 30 days. Also, I teach you guys every single week. I'm throwing all this information at you. I'm saying, do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. But it can still be overwhelming. You can still think, okay, that's great. I get it. It makes sense, but I don't know how to use it. So I created this challenge, All In 30. So it's a 30-day commitment challenge. Commit to something for 30 days. That's so easy. As my friend Lindsay says, you can do anything for 30 days, except usually she's saying while we're working out. You can do anything for 20 seconds. But I want to see them succeed. And throughout this challenge, they're going to be building that self-confidence, self-trust, self-belief. They're showing themselves that they can be disciplined. They're building mental toughness. They're winning. They're choosing themselves. They're doing all these things. They're going all in on themselves because they want to reach a goal. They want to better some area of their life. I don't care if it's, I want to read a book a day to my kid, or I want to spend 10 minutes talking to my spouse about how I can show up better for him. Or maybe it's, I go to the gym every day for 10 minutes. Or maybe mine is going to be, I read 10 pages of a book every single day for 30 days. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. I hope you do. But if you don't, I posted on there that last Sunday, my goal was to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad in 7 days. That book is like 200 pages, 250 pages. I read 56 pages in 7 days. That is stupid. I know how to set goals. I teach you guys about setting goals, but I didn't reach my goal. So I need to break these things down and actually show you how to use them. So that's what I've done. With this monthly coaching group, these ladies have this challenge now of all in 30 where they're going to commit to themselves for 30 days. Could be something simple, it could be something drastic. I can't wait to see what they're going to be striving for, and I can't wait to see how they're going to celebrate when they reach their goals. If this sounds like something that you are interested in, please sign up. There's a link below in this video, shannonsainert.com/coach. You sign up, you join the group. These ladies are getting after it. They are setting goals left and right, and they are crushing them left and right. So if you're looking for accountability, for a team, a community of women that are really going to empower you and push you to be better, this is it. So shannonsainert.com/coach. Sign up before August 1st. I can't believe it's this week, but that's when we're launching this next challenge. That's all I'm going to say. There's tons of information about it, but I hope that you guys sign up if you are interested. Okay, so discipline. It is discipline. I don't like it. I love it, but I don't like it because it's freaking hard. No one wants to really be disciplined. So I read this book, Extreme Ownership, and it's written by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin, and they talk about discipline equals freedom. And the first time that I really got a taste of that was on my debt-free journey. And I had to remain disciplined to this plan, and at the end, I had financial freedom. That's great, but being disciplined especially for a long period of time is very challenging. It's something that most people don't want to do, and it's something that most people don't do because it takes effort, it takes intentionality, it takes drive. And if you don't have that, it's so much easier to just say, I'm just not going to do it. Like reading my book, I'm just not going to do it because I'm not disciplined. I wasn't disciplined last week. So the thing is, you've set a goal. I want to read this book. You have a plan. Okay, my plan, read 10 pages every night. But if you're not disciplined, you're never going to reach that goal. You're never going to stick to that goal. You're never going to stick to your plan. And you're never going to see any progress. So why don't we? Well, the biggest thing is temptation. So on my competition prep, I was surrounded by temptation all the time. At work, they're bringing in donuts, or maybe I didn't even prep my food and I just want to go to McDonald's. I used to eat McDonald's every single day, and I'm really embarrassed to admit that, but it's true. You're surrounded by all of this temptation, and it may seem so easy and convenient to make that choice of, it's not that big a deal. And that's what I told myself the whole time that I was prepping for my competition. It's not that big a deal. But in my mind, the second that I ate something bad was like, oh my God, that was a big deal. Like, that was a horrible decision. Why did you do that? You know better. And that discipline just kind of goes out the window. So not only are you surrounded by this temptation, but you may be lazy. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because I've been lazy too. I was lazy this past weekend, and it was great, by the way. But it's so much easier to do nothing than to remain disciplined and work towards your goals. It's so much easier for me to sit my ass on that couch in there and eat the pan of brownies that me and my kid made this weekend than it is for me to finish this live video, change, and go to the gym and ride a stationary bicycle for 45 minutes so I can train for this triathlon. That's what I'm doing. That is the discipline. And there are 4 main things that I do to remain disciplined, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that. But being surrounded by temptation and not having the drive or the motivation to stay focused on your goals can really lead to you not being disciplined. So how do you build that? Discipline isn't something that you just have. I thought I did, because I thought, okay, well, I reached my financial goals. Obviously, it's going to be easy for me to reach my fitness goals. No, that's wrong. It was wrong for me. It's probably going to be wrong for you, because each goal, you're going to go through something different. You may have the same steps, but your mentality may be different. The temptation may be different. Your physical energy may be different. So you have to remain disciplined, okay? So here's the 4 things. The 4 ways that you can stay disciplined. Sorry, I've got my notes down here. But first, let me take a step back, because I want to talk to you guys about this book that I read. It's called Relentless by Tim Grover. If you haven't read it, you absolutely should. But he has a quote here, and I want to read it to you. He says, what do you have to sacrifice in order to get you where you want to be? So what do you have to sacrifice? And what are you willing to sacrifice in order to get you where you want to be? So what do you have to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice? And if those don't match up, you don't want it bad enough. Let that just sink in. On your financial journey or while you're reaching financial goals, you will probably have to sacrifice something. You may have to do less of something. You may have to do more of something. You may have to give something up completely. What do you have to sacrifice? And then take a look at what are you willing to sacrifice? Time with friends, time with family, time at work. Maybe you have to give more time at work to get you where you want to be. But if they don't match up, then you don't want it bad enough. So take a look at what it's going to take to get you to these goals and understand that you have to remain disciplined and you have to have you don't have to have sacrifice, but you're probably going to have some type of change in your life. Okay? So let me tell you the 4 tips. So I have 4 tips. Okay. The first one, this is probably going to be no surprise to you because I talk about it all the time, is you need to have a why. So if you understand what your why is, it will help you remain disciplined. My why for doing this right now with She Prevails is I want to be a role model to other women and to my daughter. I want to show them what's possible. So in those moments where I feel like I don't want to do a Facebook Live, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what these people want to learn, I turn to my why. It's written on a piece of paper that's ripped in half and it's taped on my refrigerator. I look at that and think, it's not about me, it's about you. It's about showing my daughter what's possible in life, the hard work and the grit and the grind and the dedication that it takes to change your life. So focus on your why. If you are lacking that discipline of going to the gym, of saving money, of spending time with your kids, spending time with your spouse, spending time with God, whatever your goal is, if you don't feel disciplined and you don't feel like you're focused on it, turn to your why. It's a lot harder to say, I don't feel like doing that, when you're looking at your why straight in the face and realizing, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's a lot harder to not choose what you need to do if you're looking at your why, okay? And the second one is to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, this is how my brain works. So if you're like me, you have to have some type of plan. You can't just sit here and say, I'm going to read this book in 7 days, which is what I did. Last Sunday, I said, I'm going to read this book in 7 days. Also, I said, I'm going to do a triathlon. You remember when I said that? Okay, so I said that and then I made no plan. And guess how much training I did? 0. Okay? Because I have to have a plan. I have to have okay, I'm 8 weeks out. Actually, I'm 7 weeks out from as of yesterday. So 7 weeks out. And I didn't have a plan. I didn't have anything written down. I just knew, hey, I'm going to have to run 3.1 miles. I'm going to have to bike 12.4 miles. And I'm going to have to swim 250 kilometers. I need to check that. I have to swim and not die. But I had no plan. I didn't have a plan at all. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. But I didn't know the steps that I needed to take. Therefore, I'm not disciplined. I'm saying that I have a goal, but I'm not doing anything towards it. I'm not working towards it. I'm not committing to my goal because I don't have a freaking plan. So the second piece of having a plan is to have a schedule. Schedule your time. It's one thing to have a plan, okay? So here's what I did. I printed out an 8-week training plan for a triathlon. Go me! I hit print on the computer. That's all I did. And guess how much training I did after I hit print? 0! Because in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know that I need to do this, but I don't know how much time I have until my triathlon. When am I supposed to train? How long am I supposed to train every day? Am I supposed to train every day? I printed it out. I have the plan, but I didn't schedule it. And on top of that, my daughter has gymnastics. She's doing soccer this fall. We have parents as teachers. Sometimes I'm busy at work and I can't get away for lunch. Sometimes I drop my daughter off on Sundays. Sometimes I pick her up on Sundays. So in my mind, I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I actually going to do this? And if I don't actually schedule my time, if I don't write it down, if I don't put it in my planner, it will not happen. Just like tonight, after this, I'm going to the gym because it was written down, it was scheduled, and I knew all day long, after I get done with this, I'm going to the gym to ride that freaking bicycle for 45 minutes to see how far I can go. I knew because I wrote it down, I had a plan, I focused on my why. So the fourth one is accountability. You've got to have some type of accountability. Someone that's going to say, hey, how you doing? How's your training going? Are you on track? Are you sticking to your plan? Is there anything that I can help you with? So looking for that accountability can be challenging. Luckily for me, I'm blessed because I signed up with 2 people that are in the boot camp class at the YMCA, plus another girl that was doing the Y Extreme classes in the evening has signed up. So now there's 4 of us that are doing this triathlon. We're all training at the same time. We're sending messages back and forth. We're sharing information, tips, and tools. And I even have a lady at work that's helping me. She's helping me swim tomorrow at 5 a.m. So if that's not accountability, I don't know what is. But if you don't have someone that's checking in on you or someone that you are checking in with, it's a lot easier to just let it slide. Like, I'm not going to go to the gym tonight because I worked all day and I'm tired and I did these Facebook Lives and YouTube videos and all this stuff, and no one's going to know if I don't go to the gym except myself. But if you have an accountability partner, they're going to freaking know because they're going to be asking you. My friends are not going to let me not work out. They're going to show up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and if I don't, I'm going to be in big trouble. Okay? So remaining disciplined is simple, but it's not easy. It's simple because I broke it down into four tips for you, 4 steps for you. But it's not easy because you're surrounded by all this temptation. You're surrounded by lack of energy. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you ate like crap and you just don't feel like going to the gym. Okay? All of that temptation and all of that laziness and just crap, it's there and it's real. But you don't have to let that win. You can win by staying disciplined, by focusing on your why, having a plan, scheduling your time, and finding an accountability partner. I promise you, if you write this down in your calendar, every day that you're supposed to be training, or every day that you want to save money, or every day that you want to spend time with your spouse or your kids or whatever it is, if you write it down, you are far more likely to actually succeed and commit to that than if you just have it in your head. Writing it down helps me tremendously. So again, accountability. That can be really hard to find, but I have a group of women, and they are doing this right now. They're getting ready to start on August 1st if they're not doing it already. We're going to be sharing our goals, sharing our struggles, sharing our victories, sharing how we celebrate when we actually accomplish something for 30 days. If you want to be part of that, sign up at shannonsainert.com/coach. It's in the link below, shannonsainert.com/coach. We're launching it on August 1st. If you are interested, if you have been struggling with committing to a goal for 30 days, this is for you. I have phone backgrounds, some extra bonus information to keep you guys focused, and some positive affirmations that you can tell yourself when you feel like you're just not wanting to do this anymore. But I promise you, it's easier to go all in on yourself with this challenge, with this program, and with this group of women. So if you are interested in that, please sign up, click the link, and I'm going to check my page right now to see if I have any questions. If you guys do have questions, make sure that you're posting them on this video. I'm more than happy to answer them. And we don't, and that's okay. But yeah, so again, if you're interested, sign up for monthly coaching, stay disciplined, write your shit down, make a plan, find your why, and have some type of accountability. And I will see you guys next week. Have a good night.